Right, what's up, what's up? I'm doing a little review of the Yeezy, the Yeezy. I looked down at my knees, but here we are. The Yeezy foam knit runner. I'll say it's not a total bust. It's definitely a cool shoe, and I would like to think that, Yeezys are known to be different. The only other pair of Yeezys that I've owned, that I keep in my closet, and wear from time to time, are the Yeezy boots, which are season 3 exclusive. So it's not like the Yeezy 900s or any of the ones that you've seen on Yeezy Supply. These are literally from the runway, and they're made in Romania. So they're a lot different than the Yeezy Adidas shoes that he's come out with. But it's something about these that really, caught my eye, not only for style's sake, but also because these are very puffy. It looks like in the sole they have these really big heels. I wasn't so much aware of the foam that's in the top of the toe box here. I heard online from different YouTube reviews that there's a lot of cushion there. When I thought of cushion, I thought of something like a neoprene material, but it literally feels like there's imagine a helmet on your foot. There's that lining that's on the inside. Today's review is going to be a little bit different, mostly because I did do a pretty intense job yesterday. It was a loadout for a show that took 2 days to set up. I do stage design and production work. I'm an audio engineer. So we had an event in a theater, and it was for Anheuser-Busch. So it was probably one of the biggest events that we've had. And we had communications at every point of the show. There was 2 cameras, so we had the communication system at each one. The lighting person had communications. I mean, this is all typically what we do, but every station was filled this time around. So us having to tear it down in one day, the schedule was 1 till midnight, and we ended up getting there a little bit sooner, and then we ended up getting done about 3 hours earlier, which is still good. But just to say, that was one of the longest days I've had in a while. I brought 2 pairs of shoes with me. I brought my my Asics. It's not like a gel light, but it's just a regular Asics tennis shoe. I walked from my car, which is on John Churchill, down to the convention center. If anybody knows the whereabouts, there's a Chevron station back there. This is here in New Orleans, and so I have my Asics on for that walk up to the theater, and then from the theater to the loading dock back and forth, I had my boots on because there was a lot of pushing. Again, the theater, it has this ramp that goes up towards the top behind the green rooms, so it's a little bit easier going back down, but I wanted the extra traction for that. Something that's going to make this shoe comparable to things that have extra traction, I guess, is people saying online that these have some sort of extra traction. It looks normal to me, but what I'll say is there's a strong arch in the front of the shoe, and I was about ready to figure out what to do with these shoes versus now I'm outside, they're officially worn. I walked around in the house and I noticed some major heel slip. But the more I looked at the shoe, it has this weird stitching in the sole, and maybe that's a part of Yeezy design, because it's so funny that most of his products, I feel it deserves a better explanation for the intended wear. Nothing, I feel that, not nothing, because of course there's shoes the Wave Runners and stuff like that seem they're more for the general public that's not looking to alter things, but most Yeezy products seem they're utilitarian. They might be missing a few things. I know my boots, they didn't fit properly until I added like a sheep skin like liner. Not only to keep more temperature in them, but it was probably like one of the thicker liners that I could find. Even Doc Martens, I feel like don't fit fine until you put like a good little cushion sole in them. And my sister had just called me earlier today, and you know, she was asking me how my day was going, and I was telling her I could have worked at this warehouse earlier, but they didn't contact me until like 3 hours until the start of after the start of the shift. And by the time I actually like got them ready and everything, it was about like 11 o'clock. So I didn't want to show up to like a work day like well after lunch. So that's just not fair to the other workers, and I try to build like a good connection with these guys. So I say that to say that I was like waiting for this package, and she said, well, what is it? And I told her it was some shoes, and luckily they did come in early, so I could still make another appointment today. But yeah, with the shoes, I just like I mentioned it to her, and she was like saying like how like comfort and stuff, you know, thinking of Dr. Scholl's, and she had mentioned that to me, and I was like, well, you should have a good shoe to even start with. And as I went to like look through my like shoe accessories and stuff, as I was about to go on my walk, I noticed a pair of Dr. Scholl's, and this is right after I was like almost committed to like not keeping these, because there was a lot of heel slip, especially when I had on like just a regular pair of Carhartt socks. Ended up putting on a pair of trail socks, and I feel like those definitely helped, but it still like had a bit of like wobbliness to them because of this like arch right here. I feel like it offers a little bit too much flexibility, but then when I put in the insole, it was like as if it was something that I bought out of the store and not had to like add an insole to it. So then I felt the firmness and like basically where I feel like my arches should fall in these, and you know. So anyway, I might order a fresher pair, but this is just a good idea of like being able to see exactly like how they're gonna fit. And so I'm gonna go over here to the seawall, and I'm gonna walk pretty far. I still have my appointment at 2, so hopefully I can do this in like under like 20 minutes, and I'll get back to you.